Melanie Troxel. If it has wheels, she'll race it. But 2010 brings a new challenge. Troxel is competing in 2 of NHRA's quickest classes at the same time. She's turning double duty in both funny car and in Pro Mod. Can Melanie Troxel get the job done? Let's go to Gary Gerald.
Well, there's no question the versatility of Melanie Troxel borders on the amazing, and her skills are going to be put to a big challenge once again this weekend as she competes not only in the funny car, but in the Pro Mod category as well. And because the driving styles are vastly different, it is absolutely imperative for Mel to have total and absolute concentration. She's currently qualified the number 10 spot in the funny car ranks. She is on the bump in the Pro Mod grid.
You know what? Concentration may, in fact, be her strongest point. She is really a pro, and she stays focused. Well, Melanie Troxel, remember, we told you she is running in 2 classes this weekend, both here in funny car and also in Pro Mod. And we wired her up over the weekend because they were in a little trouble with that Pro Mod car.
It's not spinning over. Still don't have any oil pressure. 40 pounds at an idle, 80 pounds when it's revved up. It's not enough, so we'll keep trying to figure out what it is. A little stressed out that we're running close on time to making this session, but we haven't given up by any means. I mean, I still totally anticipate we'll make the first qualifying run with this car. So if it's missing a bearing and we slap one in, do you want to start it again?
If it's missing a bearing, we'll be okay.
But will we start it again?
Maybe.
Maybe? All right. Yeah, it's teched. We've got our tickets and everything. We're done. Why is it not showing teched? We turned in our tech card and everything, correct? We turned in our tech card?
No, I did not.
You did not? Where is it at?
It's back there in the back.
The back of what? Johnny, the back of what?
Tech card back here.
All right, so I'm good to go over there. I'll meet you guys in the staging lane. I'm going. Stuff's in the car. Brandon, my stuff's already in the car, okay? I'll see you guys up there. Hopefully they're ready to start the funny car, if they haven't already, and get to sit in that car and start getting in the mindset for driving the other car.
Man, you try and keep that focus, Mike.
And you see she's working with Bob Newberry, the great Bob Newberry on that Pro Mod car, former Alcohol Funny Car champion. As you take a look at the difference between the Pro Mod and the funny car, about 300 pounds more weight for the Pro Mod. Horsepower, quite a bit of difference. 8,000 for this fuel funny car she's in right now. About 3,000 for the Pro Mod car. And a little bit more money to run down the racetrack and a little bit more fuel use. The other thing we talked about, the difference in the Pro Mod and the fuel funny car. Basically, you lead with the right foot in the funny car, left foot with the Pro Mod, but also the driving style. Funny car, you got to really muscle the car when it starts to move around. The Pro Mod car moves around about as much as a fuel funny car, but you have to finesse it a little bit more.
Well, there is Jeff Wren. He will be alongside Melanie Troxel. He is currently 6th. Troxel is currently 11th. Don't miss Melanie Troxel and the whole Pro Mod show on ESPN2 next week. It's so cool.
Melanie trying to get in the top half of the field. He's currently in the 11th spot with the 417. At number 8 spot is still Jack Beckman with that 409.7. Jeff Arrin in the number 6 spot currently with a 409.5. I talked with him yesterday. He said, we can run a 409 or 410 pretty regular. We're trying to step it up, though. Didn't like it there.
Oh, that's the second pair that's had problems mid-track. So they will stay 6th and 11th. Melanie can go back and think about now what she has to do in her Pro Mod car. At least her weekend's full of activity, huh? Over full. And that's Melanie, helmet on, Hans device and everything, heading back for her Pro Mod car. There is no rest when you're running 2 classes in the same weekend.
Melanie Troxel already back in the staging lanes. You see the Corvette right ahead. She didn't even have time to take the helmet off. Won't, because it's time for round number 1. How do you change gears with so little time? We've followed you from the far end here.
Oh boy, it's interesting. I've never had to run the car this close back to back before, so I'm going to get it in the car as fast as I can and just go repetitively over this starting line procedure as much as I can.
How different are the procedures, driving one versus the other?
Completely different. Everything that could be different on the starting line in these cars is different, so really got to try and beat that into my head.
Good luck to you, and keep in mind this is first round. This is eliminations on the line in this category. Melanie Troxel just about ready to step into her Corvette.
Well, that's pretty impressive. Be able to jump out of that Fuel Funny car and go over that Pro Mod. And tune in next week, and you can see how she did. And hopefully she'll do pretty well.
Strangely enough, you'd think the funny car, more horsepower, faster, that would be the one I'd have to think more about, but it's this car. That comes really natural. I still got to think more about staging this car, shifting on time, and funny car will come a little easier, I think. Here we are.
The rotor's going like this through the caliper, and as it comes in, it's just making it do that.
Wouldn't the caliper have to be warped for it to pulse?
Not if the inside of the caliper is working and the outside's not.
That would just be constant.
Because then it would be, it's doing this, but because of the way it's made, it might be stiffer in areas. I don't know. I mean, that's the only other thing I know that's been going on with them.
Even with pretty heavy pressure, it's like, I mean, like when I go to stop, after you start it on gas and I go to stop the tire, like I'm like this much, it's going thump. You can see my hand going thump, 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 thump. So it's not, you know, I don't think it's a big deal. Maybe the next time it's off, we'll just look at them again and see if we can measure them. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's probably not like every day that we go up for qualifying, but you know, there's always something going on, something making things crazy, and things never go quite as you plan. So we'll go back up, make the run in the funny car, and start it all over after that.